Hello, and welcome to the wonderful world of Imagineer Vacationing. With us today, a wondrous panel to discuss a subject very near and dear to us as we review an Odyssey, but not just any Odyssey, an Odyssey of the mysterious and beloved variety known as the Tiki. Now, the Tiki is about to go on an Odyssey, an adventure. We're going to go into an adventure of the wonderment, for you see, Tiki, our lone Imagineer, brave, thrilling, dashing, one might say, depends who you ask, will be embarking on a trip he's dreamed of since he was a lad. This young boy, this young, brave boy, he's looked into the binary sunset of the hills, the singing hills of California, and he's going to venture off and go on an adventure. He's going to board a plane. He's going to go on that plane. He's going to complain about the lack of honey-roasted peanuts. He's going to sail down those skyways, and he's going to find himself with groves and groves of orange delight. He's going to venture down the freeway. He's going to turn. He's going to be on the road on an adventure, and he's going to find himself in sunny Orlando. And we're going to chronicle that journey with the brave adventurer himself as he goes to a variety of parks, and we're going to learn. We're going to recapture our nostalgic fire, our nostalgic vigor, and we're going to embrace what Disney is to each of us in our hearts. Not Disneyland, because we've been there before. We've been there before.
Disneyland.
We're going
to
Orlando, Florida, where the magic happens.
Yeah, screw Disneyland and their pass holders.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly, Monkey. Thank you.
We're going to the Disney that matters.
All right. Let Dragon finish this out. He's doing a good job. Monkey, hold on.
We're going to where it all started. We're going to the Disney that matters. The Disney that was a project in the making for so many years, that made so many dreams come true. The experience, the long sailed journey. Tiki's Odyssey begins now.
Wow. Okay, I just want to point out, folks, that I literally, right before I went on air, I was like, hey, Monkey, why don't we have Tiki, or why don't we have Dragon do like a big True Life Adventure style opening intro, you know? So, Dragon, top points for you, man. Top points. That was amazing.
All right.
All right, and we got Monkey here, too, because, Monkey, you are, so here's the deal. I just got back from a Disney trip. Monkey is going to go on a Disney trip. Monkey, you're
supposedly. That's the plan.
Yeah, your 60 days is coming up. And and Dragon, you suck.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm making a mean-spirited joke. You live and breathe Disney. You don't need to go to Disney World. You are Disney World.
I'm a former Orlando veteran. I've been there. I used to go there consistently back in the olden days.
Considering the circumstances, I think maybe he'd be more of a symbol of Universal, you know, considering their little Gringotts ride.
Oh, God.
Or even their Hogwarts ride.
Yes, okay. Oh, and just the fact that Universal has Marvel as well, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways. All right, folks, so we're going to dive right into it. We've got 9 days worth of trip report to go over. Oh, man, this is going to be a long one. So just buckle in. I'm going to do timestamps on this one. Let's start with day one. So I wake up at 5:30. Actually, I don't wake up at all. I just kind of, just don't sleep straight up, being honest. And
you're too excited.
Yeah, exactly. The ride to SFO was just a blur. It was just like, oh my God, I'm acting like this is actually happening. Holy crap. Okay, and once we get to SFO, it's like all raining out, and that's going to be such a contrast to the rest of the trip, like leaving rainy Northern California behind. So
you're saying it didn't rain in Florida?
At all.
Wow, mazel tov.
Not once in over a week.
I can vouch from experience. A non-raining day in Florida is a rarity.
I don't know how it happened, but I did not see one drop of rain the whole time I was there.
I can tell you, back in the day when I went, you'd have these days, like more like about half the times I went, if not like 75% of the time, you'd always have those days where rain would either start or it would be like the ticking clock of, oh man, the storm clouds are coming. It's that sort of thing.
No, I'll just say that right away. Like, the weather on my trip was just, I mean, it might not have been good for the crowd levels, although the crowd levels never really bothered.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, Monkey, you there?
Yes, I am here.
I just want to make sure. Well, speaking of the rain, I remember I went. Okay, you're back. You're back. Keep going.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, in terms of the level of comfort and everything, the weather was perfect. So
once had to get a poncho on the fly. It was like the most demeaning thing. Just had to get like
oh god,
I had to get a poncho because it was coming down so bad, so unexpectedly once I was in the park.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go over some ritualistic stuff I do at the airport. I always get an Entertainment Weekly and read over it, like cover to cover. And this time I made the mistake of reading an article that's all about a big death on This Is Us. And it just fucked with my mind mentally. Like, I was just thinking, like, oh my god, life is precious. We could die at any moment, and it could be so unexpected, and it's all fucked up. So that was a pleasant note to go on. Also, $20 for 2 fruit cups and 2 bottles of water. Welcome to a Walt Disney World vacation.
Well, at least with this picture, I'm glad to see that there's no thing on the wing.
Okay.
It's just Ben Grimm, like, hanging on the wing saying, hi, folks.
Or you have Bobby Moynihan from SNL, like, finally, I was freezing my balls off out there.
So speaking of the plane, this is the plane.
That is some lovely lighting.
Isn't it? I love the fucking lighting in this thing. I love it. Okay, so I went on a Virgin America plane.
First timer.
What?
A first timer.
Oh yeah, first timer. Yeah.
Okay, if I could find my Virgin sticker from when I saw the Rocky Horror Show, I would pull it up.
All right. So, okay, lights. Cool.
So Virgin is crazy, actually. The plane is crazy. They have so many options. You have to pay $3 to get a pair of headphones. Although, if you have a pair of headphones, then you don't have to pay for them. You can just plug them into the armrest and you're good. And they have a lot of movies on there. I mostly just played the Pokemon trading card game on my 3DS and watched the map. Like, oh, we're flying over Louisiana now. Now we're flying over Oklahoma. Wee! That's mostly what I did. On the trip back, I attempted to... on the trip back, I watched the Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler movie, The House, which just seems like such a fucking airplane movie. It's ridiculous.
You poor soul.
But then I also watched Going in Style, so... Yes!
Oh, yeah, what'd you think? Yeah. What'd you think?
Okay, well, I have a story for flying back, so I was not the most comfortable, I'll say that much. But it was, for the circumstances, it was enjoyable enough, I guess.
Yeah, Zach Braff directed that.
Yeah, I know Zach Braff directed that. I need to see it again when I wasn't, like, in claustrophobic hell.
All right.
But I was not in claustrophobic hell when I was going down. It was mostly just coming back because A, it was a longer flight, B, the depression. But anyways, the opposite of depression is like, holy crap, I'm actually flying to Florida. I'm actually flying to Florida. Oh my god, I'm flying to Florida. I'm flying to fucking Florida. Why is my name Florida? That's the name of the state.
You beat me by 2 seconds, but yes.
What? Why is my name Florida? That's the name of the state.
No. I mean the whole Disney, the Stewie Griffin Disney World gag.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec, guys. Riff.
Oh yeah. So
hey, Riff, like from West Side Story, when you're a jet all the way, or Riff Raff from the Rocky Horror Show, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes played by Reeve Carney, who of course was Spider-Man on Broadway, and also Taylor Swift's boyfriend in that one music video, which is frequently remixed in amusing ways, like with the goat, or with Barack Obama, or with an automatic paper towel dispenser.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the car that my grandma rented, and she was so proud of this car.
I gotta tell you,
Orlando International Airport?
I'm kind of proud looking at that car. It's like that looks like.
I mean,
I'm
sorry, we
success in the
didn't rip
world.
it, but it was the personal transportation we got to and from the airport.
Looks nice. It's swanky. Someone's traveling style.
Yeah,
Let me ask, what did you think of the airport?
I thought it was trippy having to take that tram and, you know, like everything like that.
I know, isn't that so cool?
Yeah, that was a fun way to start.
Yeah.
You got good Florida airport memories. I've always looked kind of like, oh my god, it's like the airport, but it's better.
Yeah, and like that aquarium and then the food court, and there's a Universal store in Disney's airport with a Goofy statue. And then Vegas also has those people mover type things, and it's like, oh, another one in Florida isn't as special. But that's a story for a previous podcast.
I'm gonna win. I think Tiki's doing it right here with this trip, because I never had like a trip in style like the one he's going on like this, seemingly so far.
You're saying that he was going in style?
I guess I am.
All right.
Okay, so you get to the airport.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're in the car.
Also, let it be known that this is the only face I can make in pictures, and you'll see that going forward.
Yeah, but Tiki and Don, see the next image. Go to the next one, please.
Okay. Please. I wish I could have got a better image of this, but yeah.
It's an image.
This is imprinted on my childhood right here, this image here of these gates and like the signs as a kid being in the cars looking at.
Okay, I'll tell you what got to me. This didn't get to me. This didn't get to me at all. You know what got to me?
Spaceship Earth?
Yeah, Spaceship Earth in the distance. That got to me. That basically Epcot just emotional all around. Epcot was my favorite park.
Okay, so we're still this is all still on day one. It's not just like a trip. Then the next day.
Yeah, this is all on day one. Yeah, I'm saying seeing Spaceship Earth in the distance, about a mile after you drive past this. That's what really got me. That was like, oh fuck.
I'll tell you this, I envy the way Tiki is doing this, because again, I always went I always had like the day to recuperate and plan out, and then the next day you went. In this case, you're doing it all on the first day. It's gutsy. I like it.
Oh no! I'm not doing everything on the first day. I'm doing the recuperation day.
Oh, okay.
No,
well,
sorry.
All right. Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were asking if we were still on the first day in terms of. No, I'm saying I'm seeing Spaceship Earth from distance in the car. I'm not going there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get to Port Orleans Riverside. I walk around the grounds and I see that we're like 5 minutes from the main lobby area with the big wheel and the food court and the shopping and the arcade and everything. And just that 5 minute walk, and the 5 minute walk is so picturesque. It's like right along a riverbank. You cross like 2 bridges to get to it. You go around the pool, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like, this is like it's far enough away that it's not right by the pool, so it's not going to be too noisy, but it's a close walk still. And I love it. So we got to the hotel bar. I'm sorry, guys. I know that Monkey's not really into drinking, and Dragon's probably not into drinking either. I'm not sure.
No, that's his alter ego, BlueDragonFive.
BlueDragonFive.
Yeah, see, there he is right there in this picture. There's one of them.
God damn it. That got to me way more than it should. Okay, but this is an electric lemonade I had right before going to Disney Springs at the pool bar. It was just a nice way to kick off the trip, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so Port Orleans, we go. This is the
Riverside?
Yeah, Port Orleans Riverside. This is the boat dock. We took the boat up to Disney Springs, which is, of course, Dragon. If you don't know, Disney Springs is downtown Disney. They re-themed it.
Oh, so different than downtown Disney here.
Yeah. Oh, very different. Very different.
So, did you go there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went there.
To tell me, what was it like? Because I've always kind of wondered, like, man, as a kid, I was like, downtown doesn't sound like such an exciting name, but I never went down there. I was always wondering, like, man, what is downtown?
Well, you see,
you'll never get to do Disney Quest.
Our resort, oh, that's sad. Our resort is right connected to Disney Springs via boat, Dragon. So we got to go there about 3 times.
Mm.
So honestly, it's not great, honestly. It's overcrowded. The food kind of sucks. I didn't have a good experience there. I hate to deflate your balloon on it. Everything's overpriced. I did have one positive experience there, and I'll get to that when I get to that.
I love that you say it's overpriced, and fittingly enough, the movie theater there is an AMC.
Yeah, right.
And it's not like you can find an AMC anywhere at any other sort of city place to walk in Orlando.
All right. Okay, so we went to House of Blues because it was the one place we could actually find a table for. Don't do it!
What?
Don't do it!
Don't do what?
Go to House of Blues.
Really?
It's awful. This was a shit way to start out. I know this looks good.
No,
it looks good.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Like, this doesn't look bad at all. Yeah. What's going on? What's going wrong here?
We should open our own House of Blues starring Dragon and Adventure Blue Dude. Yeah, they'll go on to a maybe we can have animatronics of them like at Chuck E. Cheese's, like that.
Oh my god!
Or like that sailor guy from Santa Cruz. Like,
yes. Okay, you're getting into the deep cuts here, Monkey.
Okay, now I'm on the Tiki. Seriously, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What horrible thing happened at the House of Blues? Tell me.
I know the food looks good. It's not. The chicken was awful. It was awful. I can't even describe it. It was so flavorless. And the sauce. I'm not going to
even ask you if the price was cheap.
Okay, that's funny. I'll give them that.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't terrible because we only ordered appetizers, but the shrimp Crayola that you see there, Creole?
Creole?
Yeah, Creole. The shrimp Crayola.
Yeah. Okay, the saucy thing in the background.
Like it was so bad, it was like a crayon.
Yeah. Okay, no, it wasn't terrible. It's just I'm not a huge shrimp guy. I'm more of a chicken guy. So I was like, my grandma and we split both of these. So I was kind of more relying on the chicken, and the chicken was awful, and the shrimp was just okay.
Right.
So yeah, overall it was just kind of a bad meal. But screw that, because we got Magic fucking Kingdom in the morning. Magic Kingdom, where dreams come true.
How fun to see the castle for the first time.
Let's see where to start. Lead us through, Tiki. So what happened?
Okay, well, first of all, I mean, yeah, the castle's great. Honestly, not quite as overwhelmingly huge as I was expecting, which I kind of liked, I gotta say. Like, I thought it would just be overwhelmingly like, oh, that thing's ginormous. But instead, it's like, oh, yeah, that's like a supersized version of Cinderella's castle.
Hey, let me ask you this, and dying to know. What did you opt for?
Hold on. Let me build it up, Dragon. Let me build it up.
Build it up. Go on. Build it up. Keep going.
So Main Street is way different. The train station really threw me off.
Yeah.
Because because in Disneyland, it's just the tunnels. And in Walt Disney World, it's like the whole 2-story, like, big train station. That really threw me off. Like, right away, I'm like, oh, okay, this is way different. Main Street, again, I like Disneyland's Main Street way better. It has Mr. Lincoln. I think that the streetcar
the cinema is an actual cinema.
Yes, the streetcar operations are more consistent, I feel like, at Disneyland. Like, I see the streetcars down more at Magic Kingdom. I like it way better at Disneyland. So, and by the way, speaking of which, Monkey, you're gonna like this. Because we're going to play a game show, and Dragon and Monkey both get to participate. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, the game show is It Better?
Oh, God.
Although you kind of told me a bunch of the answers already, so...
Okay, fine. We'll just play it with Dragon.
Okay.
Is it better? So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Is it better at Disneyland or Disney World? So obviously I think Main Street's better at Disneyland, but I think the castle and the hub is way better at Disney World. Like, I never felt overwhelmed at the hub, even during a parade, which fucking amazed me.
Wow.
I was just like, oh my god, there's a parade going on at the hub, and it's like not a big deal. Like, it's not a crowd control nightmare. But
Disneyland's hub feels very intimate all of a sudden.
right, right. The thing that just blew me away about the hub was that there were just like those patches. It almost felt like a city park or something. You know what I mean?
I think they've updated it in the last, like, a few years ago or something. So
could be. But that's kind of the vibe. I almost kind of got like a Central Park vibe or something like that, where there's like those spots of land. Okay, so Dragon, you asked where I started.
Yes.
Do you want to guess?
Oh boy, you mean guess how you got there?
Do you want to guess, like, in terms of, okay, I'll give you, is it A, Adventureland, B, Liberty Square, C, Fantasyland, or D, Tomorrowland? Da, 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 da.
Yo, tell me this. Tell me this at least. Did you take the train to, so like, is it like more random?
No, we didn't take the train. We walked there and then did a rope drop.
Okay, let's see. Okay, my guess is I think you...
Monkey knows this.
I'm going to be wrong on this, I know it. I'm going to guess I think you went to Frontierland.
You win a car! Da, 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 da. Yeah! Da, 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 da. All right, and do you want to play the second game show, Dragon?
How many game shows are there? Okay, so what do you got?
As many as we damn please!
So Splash Mountain, Dragon, is it better?
Well, it might. So do you want me to say my experience on Splash
No,
Mountain?
I just want you to guess what my experience is, because we're running short on time here.
And it's his trip.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. All right. I think it's better.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Okay, so Splash Mountain at Disney World improves on what is already what I consider to be one of the all-time great theme park attractions, like a Mount Rushmore of theme park attractions. The seating arrangement, way freaking better. I mean, I love those two-person row logs. I love it.
You didn't get two-person in Disneyland?
No,
Oh,
Monkey.
wow.
The situation at Disneyland, Monkey, is
It's single
like this.
file.
Yeah,
Wow.
single file. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is way better. The sets are way bigger. It feels more expansive. The animatronics are better because they're not just leftovers from America Sings.
One of them hops, kind of.
Right. And I actually got to experience that all 3 times I did it.
Yay.
I think Splash Mountain was a perfect ride to go on for my first time because I heard it was really different. And it's a good ride to do at Rope Drop. And yeah. Any other thoughts about Splash Mountain Disney World?
Maybe stuff I can talk about later, but yeah, I mean, all there are things I do enjoy about, I might slightly prefer about Disneyland's, but yeah, Florida's is a
I will
cool
say
one
I think
as
the
well.
drop at Disneyland is more intense.
And I do also kind of like some of the structure and especially some of the music in Disneyland, but yeah, I mean,
I can see what you're saying there on both ends.
I can see how it wouldn't. You know, it's funny again.
I mean, maybe the music is more of a me thing, but
Again, I haven't rode it on land, but I tell you, just my experience at World, it always felt kind of like the drop never felt like it was like, end of the world, like, oh my god, we're dropping off the edge of the earth.
And
It never felt
honestly,
like
it kind
that,
of feels that way at Disneyland a bit more.
But at World, it felt like, hey, here's an old familiar thrill. That's kind of what it felt like. Yeah, it's.
But as a thrill seeker, I think I prefer the more like dropping off the edge of the earth quality to Disneyland's, though.
It's like jumping with the rope on. That's kind of what it is. It's like, you have that safety net versus like, oh my god, I'm going out of my mind.
right.
in Florida, the big drop is the last one.
Yeah, that's true.
No, the last drop is super small and random.
All right. Let's see. I think I had.
and
also the actual area that you drop into. So I was very surprised to see that there's like a Knott's Berry Farm style overlook at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's like out in the open, and unlike here where it's more hidden.
That was one of the things that walking up to it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like a whole new monster right now. Having said that, I prefer Disneyland where you drop into the rivers of America and you have that quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So, but overall, as a ride, I think it's better at Disney World. Okay, so our next round of Is It Better? Big Thunder Mountain Dragon, is it better?
I'm going to say it is not better.
Okay, this is a tricky one. There's a couple tricky ones on this. I will say I do think this is better.
Okay.
I think the queue is better. I think the ride is more expansive. I think the story is told a little bit better because I like how you see more sights on this one. I like how you have the
town.
Yeah, the flooded town, and then I like how the dinosaur skeleton is more blocked off than it is in Disneyland. And you have that whole area with the geysers and everything. A lot of that, obviously, I think the one big thing in Disneyland, and this is going to be kind of a repeat, we'll hear this kind of time and time again, is Disneyland does have one new scene that really kind of propels it above and beyond, which is the dynamite scene at the end, the final lift hill.
Okay, do forgive me, dear sir, but how many times did you go around?
God, just once.
Aw.
And if we're counting times that I did it in general, twice. But so Thunder Mountain, it's a very good ride. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about it. It is very it's more different from Disneyland than I was expecting it to be. Again, I do think that Disneyland, however, does have the thrill department going for it. I think the goat drop is a lot more thrilling at Disneyland, the helixes, and I think you can account that to the fact that Disneyland is way more squeezed in, right? So the coaster element, the elements themselves pack more of a punch at Disneyland because they're in a more confined setting. So it's interesting. Again, as a thrill seeker, I would probably choose Disneyland. But as a fan of just an expansive world building, I think Disney World just has it. The queue is great. I was really Monkey. I was texting the group live when I was walking up the queue. I was like, This is so bizarre. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening?
Indoor load.
I am walking up Thunder Mountain right now. I am walking up the side of it. What is going on? So yeah.
And I assume it didn't decapitate you.
No, it didn't.
Here's my favorite. Here's my favorite in the whole park right here.
Tomorrowland was the highlight of the whole trip.
Yes.
Especially Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Yes.
Which I didn't get to do.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh
God. Calm down, Dragon. I did Buzz Lightyear.
You did?
Yeah, I did Buzz Lightyear.
Yes. All right. Okay. At least there's a silver lining.
God, I did not.
Yes, dude. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Okay, seriously, I didn't have time to do Laugh Floor. Physically, I didn't have time.
Yeah, you didn't even really want to do it anyway, I remember.
Exactly. But Tomorrowland, holy crap. Disneyland sucks.
Yeah, kinda.
It's awful. It's terrible.
Oh yeah, I know exactly the wonderment of Tomorrowland.
I love Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. I love it. And mostly based off of 3 rides: Carousel of Progress, Space Mountain, and People Mover.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dragon, here we go. Is it better?
Okay, I'm going to say yes, it is better. Darn it.
Monkey saw that coming.
Darn the false hope. Okay, why?
Q, way better. Q is way better. No question. Ride itself, there are things that Disney World does better. I love the second lift hill at Disney World with the astronauts and everything. That is something that we do not have at Disneyland. That is really cool. I also like
how the knot in astronaut.
What?
Putting the knot in astronaut.
Yeah. I also like how the actual coaster interacts with that lift hill in a couple sections on the main ride. But Disneyland's actual ride is way better. This is a case of, it's not even a thrill factor thing, because I feel like thrill factor wise, Disney World probably has the edge because the drops are sharper. But Disneyland just has, there's something about the music. Disneyland has the Michael Giacchino music. There's way more stars. I feel like Disneyland's is more intimate. And of course, Disneyland has the Mr. One-Way thing going on for me too. So that, that also adds a layer of personal touch to it. Not going to take away from Disney World at all, though, because Disney World, it definitely impressed me. My grandma didn't like this at all, though. I don't know why. I was kind of surprised how much she didn't like it. Like, and this is coming from someone like my grandma loved Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm, so it's not like she's not a thrill person.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Ghost Galaxy.
Let me ask you this. I have a feeling that you didn't go on this, but Stitch, did you take in Stitch's Great Escape?
Monkey?
Who knows if that's even still open?
Yeah, it's closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, I would have taken it in if it would have been open.
It might still be seasonal, so maybe it'll be open for me.
It's honestly in limbo, Dragon.
All right. By the way, I didn't mean to rag. I don't know. The Pixar stuff has always been my highlights there, and that was like the new Pixar attraction last time I was there, the laugh floor. So I don't know.
I mean, Stitch isn't Pixar, if that's what you're saying.
No, I was talking about the Monsters Inc.
The thing that really throws me off about laugh floors, I just don't think it should be in Tomorrowland.
Understood.
Well, it's like it's kind of
we'll also get to that opinion in a very controversial ride. Ooh, spoiler alert. Can you imagine how pissed Dragon's going to be about that one thing? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Probably.
One of the most hyped rides.
Okay, so Starport.
Yeah, Space
Mountain.
I love the post-show of Space Mountain, too. The movie walkway and everything.
Yeah.
But let's get to this. Yeah. Carousel of Progress, single favorite attraction of the trip.
It's a winner.
Yeah.
I love it. I did it twice. I did it once on the first day and then once before the after hours party. Oh man. I mean, I don't even have much to put into words about this thing. It's a little dated, sure, whatever. It's a piece of history. Like it's writing a piece of history. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an obscure food question about Tomorrowland for you.
Does it involve Sunny Eclipse?
No.
Darn
it. So, did you get like an ice cream while you were down Tomorrowland by any chance?
You mean the Mickey bars?
Yeah, I know you.
You mean anti-freezes?
Well, here's what I'm looking for here. So, one of the happiest memories from Tomorrowland in terms of food that I had was the little twirly kind of the popsicle. It was like the multi-flavored kind of tropical popsicle.
Like it's a Kadoozy?
I know it's like all twisty and like multicolor, like yellow, red, green, and stuff, I guess.
I mean, I've had those popsicles before at the grocery store, but no, I didn't get one of those in Tomorrowland. Sorry.
All right, I was just curious. All right, keep going.
Okay, so the one thing I have to say is that Carousel of Progress, it attracts a small crowd, but it attracts a fucking loyal crowd. Every person that was in that theater, both times I saw it, sung along to Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow at every transition. And I love that. Like, Disney, they need to keep that thing open. Like, it's one of those things that should never close, ever. Update it? Sure. Especially the last scene. Definitely update it. Oh, by the way, the last scene, the second time I rode this, the video game screen was broken. So I was staring at the game over screen the whole time.
And they're still commenting on playing the game?
750 points. Wow, 750.
That's delightful.
It really was, though. That's the thing. It's like I love when Disney attractions do shit like that. It's just an extra layer to the, to the story you get to tell. God. All right.
Yeah, in the future we'll all be insane, pretty much.
Okay, so I want it to be known that I really, really wanted to do People Mover this day. I was dying to get on the People Mover. But the line, basically, Monkey, you want to explain the queue situation? Well, I'm sorry, Dragon probably knows this too. The fact that the People Mover and the Astro Orbiter kind of share the same queue space.
Right, yeah.
And it was just overwhelming to my grandma. She was like, that's too many people. I don't want to, and I tried to explain to her that it was 2 different queues, but she was like, no, it still looks like, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to, push you. And I knew I'd come back, so.
I always felt the trade-off with Tomorrowland is that it is kind of more of a closed-in space on certain rides.
I don't give a shit. It's so much better. It's so much better.
Was it weird to have, a People Mover track that actually had a ride going on it?
It was glorious, and it made me just hate. Oh. Look, I've been a big defender of Eisner on this podcast, all right? I feel like through the history of the podcast, I've been a big defender of Eisner.
Yeah.
Historically. Fuck Eisner for the rocket rods, man. Fuck Eisner for those rocket rods.
I'm sure Paul Pressler and Cynthia Harris are in on that as well. But...
I'm sure.
Still.
Moving right along.
This is my bad, terrible attempt to get a selfie in front of the castle.
Yeah, that really is a horrible attempt at a selfie.
I know.
Either that or you're flashing back to I remember
Wait a minute, is there no more Tomorrowland, or are we just going around to other spots right now?
That was all we did in Tomorrowland for now.
So we're circling back later?
Later, yes.
Okay, keep going.
Later.
Okay, I'll make this quick.
All right.
Yeah, it was super awkward.
Yeah.
It's super awkward. I don't really know what to say about it.
Well, what did you think of the architecture?
Architecture's wonderful.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
Avoiding the elephant in the room with this thing, all right? We're not going to talk about the elephant in the room with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The actual attraction, I think, sucks compared to Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, not even considering the most recent president.
How does Lincoln sound to you there?
He sounds fine. My whole problem with the show is that none of the presidents even fucking do anything.
I know, right?
You want to hear something?
I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, wait, they don't all speak? George Washington doesn't say anything?
I thought it was going to be literally the whole time up until I actually saw the show. I was envisioning it being the whole show was going to be them having a debate or something like that. You know what I mean? Talking about different ideologies. And it's not like I expected William Henry Harrison to have a speaking line or anything like that.
He speaks and then the character just collapses.
But yeah, I mean, Washington not have this attraction sucks.
Now, let me tell you 2 things.
Time on this attraction again.
Look, real quick, let me tell you 2 things about Hall of Presidents.
Okay.
Okay, one, when I was a kid, I probably rode this thing twice. Not rode this thing. That's the only way you can make it even a little bit entertaining. If it did the Jurassic Park thing where moved a little bit.
Yeah, the seat just moves ever so slightly to the left.
It'd be the only way to liven up, for being honest. But there are 2 things. When I was a kid, when I was watching this, I've only watched it twice mainly because it's really boring. It's always just kind of boring. It's never gravitated towards it. But the main thing is that when I was a kid,
I was looking forward to both of the political shows, both American Adventure and Hall of Presidents, because I freaking love Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Monkey knows this. As an adult, experiencing Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln as an adult, it's one of my favorite Disney attractions. It's honestly kind of my Tiki room as an adult. I love that attraction. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Dragon. I just want to, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to emphasize that a Disney attraction with politics can be done masterfully in Mr. Lincoln's case.
it was funny. In this ride, though, when I was a kid, out of the 2 times I watched the show, the first time, I always thought Lincoln was voiced by Kevin Conroy for some reason.
Oh God!
I had to look it up because I don't know what that's why I'm asking. Like, I sent it to you because again, like when I was a kid, for some reason, like I don't know if it was just like the ambiance or what, it was sounding like cancer. I had to look it up. Like, did he do the voice for Lincoln? Had to check it out.
Right there, Monk Dragon. That's some adorable fandom.
All right.
But yeah, so instead, like, check out that signing Declaration of Independence thing at Independence Hall in Knott's Berry Farm. No animatronics, but more characters talking than Hall of Presidents.
I'm sure. All right.
All right, so presidents aside.
Now for something you'll really like.
Aw.
Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah, not much to say about this. I don't like it as much as the Tiki Room, but I still kind of love it.
Let's make a movie about it. Let's get Christopher Walken in on this. Like, it'll be dazzling.
I don't think a movie of this was the worst idea because they had all the characters and everything.
It's not like Universal will ever make an attraction with Christopher Walken.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. Come on.
So Country Bear, what I love about Country Bear is I love how authentic the theater feels.
Yeah.
What I don't like about Country Bear is this. I'm sure this has probably changed from the original version, but the ending is super abrupt.
It's abrupt. Yeah, you could say it's abrupt in the original version too, but it seems more abrupt in this version.
It's basically like they start singing Davy Crockett, then Weird Al Weird Al. Oh my God,
that's how you improve it. That's in the remake. It's the walking with Weird Al Yankovic.
There was blood on the saddle.
Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh my God.
The Country Bears meet Weird Al Yankovic.
Please.
Oh no! Weird Al's been crushed.
No. But seriously, yeah, Big Al comes out and interrupts, and then they're basically just like, fuck it. Literally, that's the ending of Country Bear Jamborees.
Wayne Knight, what are you doing here?
All right.
You know, Country Bears always felt like something you want to do once. To be honest, at Florida, it always kind of felt like that to me.
Yeah.
I did
Not always for me. Maybe
because
with this
such a part
Jordan
of my
version.
childhood that I missed out on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is about the point where I need to. I don't think I have a reference photo for everything, so I need to kind of check my notes.
Do have I can riff for a moment.
I think I'm okay, but go ahead.
Well, you know, I once had speaking of the Disney Castle that we just saw. I think pretty sure it was around that Disney Castle. I had a really strange encounter with Frollo once.
Oh no!
Where Frollo, he kind of took me under his wing, and I say that it's very crazy. I know, but it's like, you know, the Frollo guy like to him. I kind of went up to his perch there, where he kind of was like going around on this on that little terrace right there, you know, down there. It's like he had like this bird's eye view of the place. It was like, yeah, it's cool. Frollo's been hanging around there. I wonder what it looks like up there. These years ago.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I love when characters go above and beyond like that.
Yeah, it was nice. It was like, you know, Frollo, like getting respect from Frollo. It was nice. God,
there's kind of a hidden Mickey in the clouds up here.
Oh my God, you're right. It's amazing.
It's even kind of got the nose.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Hot dog.
I swear to God, I did not intend that. All right.
Okay.
So I need to kind of skip around a little, I think.
Let's see. Give us a land.
Well, I need to. Okay, here we go. Oops. Okay, apparently I didn't have the photo of my lunch, but this is the Liberty Tree Tavern. It was a good lunch. I wouldn't say it was great. I had the pot roast, and honestly, the pot roast was like really stringy, and the mashed potatoes and the vegetables all kind of blended together. It kind of became a soup by the end of the meal.
I approve of the Civil War shirt.
What now?
I approve of the Civil War shirt, though.
Ah, thank you. Well, I mean, after all, I knew I was going to be doing the Liberty Tree Tavern, so it's kind of vaguely appropriate to Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Liberty Tree Tavern, honestly, unless you're, like, really into Thanksgiving food.
It's a good endorsement photo, though. I gotta tell you, it's like, hey, come to Liberty Tavern. It's a nice place.
It's one of the things we had reservations for. But then afterwards, we went to and this is kind of getting into some stuff that I don't have reference photos for. But afterwards, we managed. Oh God, okay, so this is an awful story. So we staked out spots for great moments in history with the Muppets, and we were in the wrong goddamn spot. We were sitting around and we were like, "This is really weird." Usually Disney shows they start right on time, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's a Muppet show. You know, maybe they're having some technical issues." But then in the back of my ear, I hear like great moments in history. I'm like, no, God damn it, no. So we caught like the last 2 minutes of it, which I have video of.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool to see the last 2 minutes. I mean, it's only like a 10-minute show anyway, so it's not that big of a loss. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to see it. It was cool to see it because I talked to Dave Goles. You know, Dave Goles was talking to the audience that I saw Muppet Christmas Carol with about training the cast members on that and kind of apprenticing them. So that was cool to see for the little bit I did get to see of it. But yeah, it was kind of a shitty story though. But then we went to Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Is it better?
I know what I want the answer to be. I want it to be yes. Come on, yes. Come on, better. Come on, better. I knew it. Oh, well, there goes my optimism. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, honestly, this is tricky. This is really tricky. No, you know what? Fuck it. It is better.
Hooray!
Yeah, I remember you saying better at the time.
There we go.
Honestly, this is one where I feel like both versions have pros and cons. Of course, Disneyland. God, it's so tricky, right?
Well, what did you like? What did you really dig in the Orlando version?
Graves.
The Orlando version, I dig the pre-show and I dig the loading area a lot more than Disneyland.
Okay.
I really like how it goes right from the stretch room to the Doom buggies. There's no bullshitting around. There's no like, okay, this is kind of like a weird sort of like pseudo Twilight Zone set that we're on. You know what I mean?
That's in the other part.
That, Disneyland has the Hatbox Ghost, and that's a big freaking deal.
Whereas Disney World has CGI mirrors.
Yeah. I will say the graveyard in Disney World feels more expansive. I'm not sure if it actually is, but it feels more expansive. It's weird. However, having said that, I definitely prefer the stretching rooms at Disneyland because of the actual sensation you get of going down. Like, you get that physical sensation, whereas at Disney World, the room just goes up and you're not physically going anywhere.
I wonder how they do that.
I mean, I think it's a pretty simple effect, but...
Yeah. What was I? How about, like, the extra scenes? Like, the library, the staircases, yada yada.
I mean, honestly, it was weird because it was mostly just, like, stuff that's in the Disneyland version anyways, but in the pre-show. Like, you see little Leota, but little Leota is, you know...
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I thought little Leota was going to be a full-blown animatronic.
Nope.
Yep. Guess not. So, yeah, I do think overall Disney World is a little bit better. I like the queue better at Disney World. I like the idea of going into the wine cellar and entering the mansion that way more than I thought I would. Because it makes the grounds of the mansion a little bit more mysterious. But however, having said that, at Disneyland, I love that you get to walk right up the front porch.
Indeed.
So I'm mixed, you know? It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I honestly don't think there's a wrong answer for this one.
Trick question.
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what isn't better?
What isn't better?
Fantasyland.
Hmm.
You know, I could imagine that. I won't lie to you. I could
Okay,
imagine.
the corridor with Small World and Peter Pan. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
Yeah,
What the fuck is going on there?
I don't have to tell you.
What? Like, why? I don't even understand. I don't even understand how that happens. Like, it's not like it's a small, cramped up bottleneck area. I mean, it's like it's a little small. Like, it's wide compared to Disneyland. That's what I'm saying. Like, compared to Disneyland, it's still a wide area. How does that shit happen? Is it just that Fantasyland is just that popular?
You know what? It feels to me, Tiki, that in their minds, Fantasyland's their hook, where Tomorrowland really is. That's what it always felt like to me. It feels like, we're directing all the traffic to Fantasyland, but because that's like our land, it's the magic in Magic Kingdom. Not really.
I hear you. I hear you.
It's always felt to me, But what did you think of
Fantasyland was kind of the point where we were like, okay, maybe we should go to Epcot. Hour wait for Barnstormer.
Ooh.
Really? I've never had an hour wait for Barnstormer.
Hour wait for Barnstormer, like 45-minute wait for Winnie the Pooh, like I think like a half hour for the carousel. It was getting bad. Like 40 minutes for Mad Tea Party. But before we left for Epcot, we did redeem a fast pass for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
How was that?
I gotta say, I'm a little underwhelmed by it.
Yeah. There's a bit of a charm there.
You know what I do like about Mine Train, though, and Monkey, I think you'll appreciate this as well when you're there. I like what Mine Train does to the surrounding area.
Okay.
Like you can hear the music going off in the caves. It reminds me of Disneyland and the Matterhorn, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Where as you walk around it, you see the people going on it, and you hear the music, and it's like, oh, that seems fun. It adds life to the surrounding area, and that's honestly the best thing I can say about it.
I hear you.
The ride itself is kind of
animatronics
just
in
mini
person?
Epcot or mini Everest, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Did you go and
Disco Witch.
Yes. Oh God. Dragon, thank you so much for reminding me about Philhar Magic. Philhar Magic was the sleeper hit of the trip.
There you go. What do you think?
I personally, it blew my expectations out of the water.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really did.
All right.
I'm not a big fan of like these best of Disney musicals, these montage-based musicals. Like I've never done World of Color at California. Monkey, have you even done that yet?
World of Color?
Yeah.
Not since like December 2013.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen it, of course, but not in ages.
Right. I know it's something that you and Garrett both kind of like don't go out of your way for at all. But anyways, I digress. So Philhar Magic, I love the way that those screens open up and the disappearing and reappearing archway and all that stuff. Oh, that was one of the best effects in Disney World, honestly.
And then of course the little surprise at the back of the theater.
It does feel very much like their answer to the Muppet Vision.
Yeah. Was it? Did you know they would have that in the back of the theater at the time?
I knew that was there. I didn't know.
Okay.
I assumed it'd be in the post show, actually.
Ah. Nope.
Did you meet any characters while you were there?
I can think of at least one.
Yeah, I met Chewie.
It's not even who I was thinking of.
I know who you're thinking of, and I'll let it be a surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, seriously, where are my Epcot pictures?
Let me ask you this, because still don't know how you got. Can I ask how you got to Magic Kingdom? Like which option you took, or did I have to wait on that one?
Just via bus.
Wait, well, I mean, do you take the monorail or take the ferry?
I didn't have the option of either.
Really?
No, I was staying at Port Orleans Riverside.
Oh.
I mean, if I had the option, I totally would have taken the monorail, but no, I had to take the bus.
I gotta tell you, man, after my own heart with the monorail. Got a lot of love for the monorail still.
So speaking of the monorail, that's where we headed next.
Yes.
Actually, we did manage to catch a little bit of the Dapper Dans walking out of the park. They were at the train station. So
That's
that was nice. And again, the train station's so fucking weird. But so next we decided to take the monorail. I thought there was just going to be a direct monorail from Magic Kingdom to Epcot.
Oh, if only.
And that got us all screwed up. Because then at first I was like, oh, okay, well, let's just take the bus to Ticket and Transportation and then take the monorail to Epcot because I want a direct monorail ride. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like the idea of taking one monorail and then taking another monorail. Come to find out, you can't take a bus to Ticket and Transportation.
Woo!
So I'm trying to be kind of like some jerk with the camera and some of my cadences here. So yeah, we ended up doing the 2 monorail thing. We transferred monorails. Yeah, that's the only way to do it the first time you see Epcot. Like any other time, sure, just take the bus. That's fine. First time you see Epcot, you got to see it via monorail. Dragon, wouldn't you agree?
I've never had the pleasure of Epcot, actually.
Of Epcot, really?
Wow.
My parents went there. I never got the chance to.
I'm sorry.
But I am dying to know
haven't
what stuff you did at Epcot, though. Honestly, I really am.
I did every attraction at Epcot besides Reflections of China.
Okay.
So.
Well, there's one world I really want to know about, Tiki. Future World West. That's what I want to know about. That's what I think that's what they section.
Future World West. That's the one with Nemo, Imagination, and the Land, right?
Basically, a lot of the Pixar stuff's in Future World West. That's what I want to know about, man.
Okay. Well, hold your horses.
Okay.
Because when we got to Epcot, there was one thing I needed to do first, and one thing only, of course, Spaceship fucking Earth. I needed to do Spaceship Earth first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Now,
Spaceship.
was it for you?
I love it.
Yeah.
It lived up to my expectations. I love the 16th chapel scene. Or the Sistine. I'm sorry.
Sistine.
Yeah, the Sistine Chapel. I love that scene where you're going up. I love how steep the Omnimovers go in that ride. It's kind of
the ride is mostly uphill.
And downhill, yeah.
What did you think of the downhill part?
Kind of terrifying in a way.
Yeah. Like, I can't help but wonder how, like, what you might have thought of the 1994 version, so the one previous to this version.
I gotta say, I wasn't really huge on the going downhill, like, invent your own future thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really huge on that. That kind of seemed like a time killer.
Yeah, and like, personally, I remember preferring the Jeremy Irons narration to Judi Dench, but hey, you get what you get, I guess.
That's what everyone says. I mean, I like Judi Dench just fine. I'm sure Jeremy Irons is probably, like, they're both classy. I mean, to me, it's
and maybe also some of the writing, whereas, like, Jeremy Irons is like, yeah, maybe I'll save that for for when I go, for me, but yeah.
I could see that.
I can imagine like an Alfred-like experience
Spaceship
with
Earth.
that now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, Spaceship Earth, I love it. I mean, obviously, the planetarium at the top is just a sight to behold.
Yep.
But I love everything about that attraction. You know what creeps me out about the attraction? There's one random thing that really creeps me out.
What is it?
Okay. There's oh God. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, okay. So there's that kid in the corner, right? In the New York.
Facing away, right?
What?
Wait, which kid?
The kid who's yelling, extra, extra, read all about it.
Oh, a newsie.
Yeah. He's facing away.
And that was... And I don't know why, but they did that for this version of the ride. Like, the previous version, he wasn't facing away.
Oh, thank God, because in my own mind, I pictured that animatronic had no face.
Well, that would certainly be an interesting update.
That literally ran.
I wonder what that musical would be like.
I went by him and he was facing away. I was like, there's only one reason an animatronic would be facing away, and that's that you don't want to detail the face.
It would sound a lot like this monkey.
All right. Okay, so we went to test track, did single rider on that, got on in like 5 minutes. It was beautiful.
Wow.
honestly, I think my grandma prefers Test Track to Radiator Springs Racers just because she's more into like the car culture and everything. I definitely prefer Radiator Springs Racers. I'm not even gonna do the is it better because I don't even think it's much of a contest really. Radiator is just way more immersive and it's got the race element to it. But
I can't really speak for the current Test Track. Like, I think maybe I saw a video of it once and I don't really remember it. So
I'll keep it
free. Fair enough. I
just love the engineering that went into Cars Land. I gotta be honest. I just love everything about that land conceptually.
Yeah.
Cars Land is a marvel.
Test Track was a fun one back in
and honestly, Test Track, it was just fun to see my grandma enjoy a thrill ride so much.
So, ain't that sweet?
And then we did Mission Space, and I got her on the orange version. God damn it!
But I don't want the orange version.
Yes, the thrilling version. I gotta say, Mission Space was kind of a highlight for me. I mean, it's a terrible attraction. Don't get me wrong. But to me, I kind of view Mission Space in the same way that Evan viewed Maelstrom, in that it's like a so bad it's good kind of Disney ride. Like, it's honestly kind of amazing to me that, like, something like that exists, where it's literally just spinning you around, but they hype it up so much. I literally, like, I chuckle at it. It amuses the shit out of me.
That's lovely.
And honestly, the ride itself is pretty damn thrilling, I gotta say. Like, from a pure thrill seeker perspective, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm probably not going to do the orange version.
It's
so
a travesty that Horizons was replaced. You know, it's like, but I digress. Okay, and the only other thing we did that night was Living with the Land.
And
Dragon, that is on Future World West, but that's one of the things in Future World West that doesn't have anything to do with Pixar, so
or any Disney movie, really.
No, except for the Circle of Life, which is that's closed, but the theater is still there, so it was weird just walking by it.
I wish they could do Coco at Epcot. You know, it'd be nice.
Oh, one day, I'm sure they will.
They could do the Circle of Death if they really wanted to. If they want, be like a really catchy version of it, but it's
Halloween overlay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so the land, honestly, all I remember about Living with the Land, because it's honestly kind of boring. I mean, I like it. Like, I like that it's very educational. I mean, I could kind of use, like, half of the second half just cut out, where you're going through the greenhouses, but I like the first half.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like the greenhouses. I was just like, oh, okay, another greenhouse room. All right.
Yeah. And of course, some of the, like, those bison and whatnot were for Western River Expedition.
Oh, yes, right. The one funny story I have with Living with the Land is that I almost had a Jim Escape from Tomorrow El Rio de Tiempo moment.
Oh.
Because I felt Mission Space. And I was like, oh dear God, there it is, like 10 minutes after I got off the ride. Oh God. All right. That was the last thing we did that day. Yeah.
Okay.
So how we feeling, guys?
Feeling fine?
Okay.
I'm just kind of on pins and needles for certain things, but I'm
okay.
fine.
Okay. Can you guys riff for a second while I take a quick bathroom break, actually?
Yes.
Sure.
We can do that.
So let's commentate on what we think of Tiki. You think he's doing Disney right, Monkey? What do you think?
No, I suck. I know I suck.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Yes. Now, well, you see, the thing with Spaceship Earth is that you would never even guess there was a ride in there, but the same could be said for many things. You might not think there was a ride in that one thing or that other thing, but Spaceship Earth is a
I'm sorry, could I interject with something?
Walt Disney. Yes, please interject.
Somebody asked, do you remember, I don't know if it was at World or not, but do you remember they had this Kim Possible promotion at
That would have been
Epcot?
at World, yeah.
Oh man, because I remember I heard about that, and there's this thing where it's like some people thought like, hey, they're bringing the show back. Really, it wasn't at all. But it was like Kim possibly exploring the world like she would do, and it was like this cool little interactive thing. I think Wade would be on like a communicator or something, or he'd be like when you go to certain spots. How they have that little like kind of scavenger hunt mentality at some of the parks. It's like, hey, be an explorer, do certain things.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, there's always like a wonderful idea, and I gotta tell you, with Epcot though, you have endless potential with Epcot in that regard, where you can go across, and the more films that come out, the more diverse films that come out, like a Coco. If you have something like Coco, again, you could build on like a different culture that may not have been included in Epcot, or at least focused in differently, that we can now tie a little bit closer into something Disney and or Pixar related. So it's nice that we can branch out and kind of theme things as the years go on. Honestly, it's going to be kind of cool. I don't know how on earth they go about it. Honestly, they probably do in Animal Kingdom, but part of me feels like it also have a place at Epcot. More Animal Kingdom, but Zootopia in some regard,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Animal Kingdom easily, but I'm just saying you kind of have that city
I've
kind
heard
of
good pictures about Zootopia being in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Certainly.
Sorry, guys, I kind of lost my space in the album here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So Animal Kingdom's the next park, and of course Monkey's going to be avoiding spoilers for Flight of Passage, so Monkey will give you a heads up on that.
Yeah.
So
Here we see pictures loading on a Facebook page, which happens, but sometimes doesn't happen when your internet sucks, or when Facebook is being stupid.
There's a photo of Tiki meeting someone who I'm very intrigued by the mystery of, like, who is this mysterious person that Tiki has met? I'm really waiting to get to that. Like, who is this person? Because it looks like it's a very interesting, it's like kind of a curious photo of like, man, what the heck happened there? I gotta know this. It just looks like a really pleasant experience. I want to know what happened there.
God, Dragon, I love your enthusiasm for this random individual.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems like man, that seems like a nice stories behind it. I was waiting to get to it,
Okay.
Yeah, right. So there's Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah, Tough to Be a Bug. Highlighted the trip.
Oh, yeah.
Especially without the actual animatronic for the flea.
I'm sorry, Dragon. I kind of hate Tough to Be a Bug.
What?
If I'm being honest.
Oh.
At least in a physical sense,
exactly.
If I remember right.
I have a dumb question. In this image, is that elephant carved in there, or is it like just an elephant that just looks like it's kind of carved in there?
No, it's carved in there.
That is exquisite design work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that tree is all animals.
Yep.
Did it? Well, yeah, that's cool. All right. But so Tough to Be a Bug, it kind of let you down, huh?
Look, I've done it in California Adventure. I do not want to do it again. So, yeah, I skipped it.
Unfortunately...
It's probably better in DCA anyway, in some respects.
I'd say
it would be better in Animal Kingdom with the illusion.
Well, at least some of the animatronics, I'd say the animatronics are better here.
Okay.
Although I'm guessing Florida still has actual bug eye glasses, which is probably a plus.
Yeah, I envy you guys, because I always wanted to do it's Tough to Be a Bug, but I never. When I went to Animal Kingdom when I was very young, and Animal Kingdom out of all the parks was the one I visited the least, and I went to it once. And I just had a bad experience in Animal Kingdom that kind of put me off.
It's kind of familiar to me.
Yeah, so again, it was just kind of it was a letdown. I honestly don't think I knew about it. I don't know if it was around, because again it was years ago. I don't know if it was around.
It was an opening day attraction there, so
yeah.
I might have predated when I went there, so that may have been maybe it just wasn't there at that point. But either way, I've always learning years later. But there's this Tough to Be a Bug attraction. Man, that looked cool. Why didn't I do that while I was in Animal Kingdom? And of course, it's
all right. Okay, so basically, this started out on the wrong foot. I was so wrong about Animal Kingdom. I was so very, 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 very wrong.
I had a feeling you were going to get folks were going to get a little clipped on just a little.
This was my least favorite park. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. Like, aesthetically, everything about it is beautiful. I love how naturalistic it is. I love how there's very little buildings. But, yeah, I mean, in terms of actual stuff to do here, it's not much.
I'll tell you what the best thing I did in Animal Kingdom was. Festival of Lion King.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Kind of hold your horses on that.
Sure.
One.
Sorry. Go on, please, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so right off the bat, the trip started horribly because we got there was a lot of people already there by the time we got on the bus. And guess what, Monkey? I was an idiot. This was like the one time I failed at trip planning, because you know what I did?
You didn't realize it was extra magic hours.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was fucking extra magic hours. Aren't I a genius? So basically, instead of starting at Pandora and braving like a 150-minute wait for Flight of Passage, we decided to go start on the complete other end of the park and start at Dinoland USA. Oh man, I felt so dumb. I felt so dumb.
But you did say you got a lot in, though.
We did get a lot in. Yes, we got a lot in. We got actually 3 rides on Dinosaur, because we got 2 rides in on Dinosaur right at the beginning, and then I had a fast pass for it later on. Okay, so let's play the game. Is it better, Dinosaur or Indiana Jones Adventure?
What? I'm sorry, I'm just used to. Do you mean is Dinosaur better or is Indiana Jones Adventure better?
I'm saying guess which one I think is better, Dragon.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I mean, that's not too hard to figure out.
What I'm saying, that's a little perplexed. Like, do you want to know both of them are better or worse? Or...
I mean, it's kind of the same ride in some respects. I think Dinosaur has some things going for it. Again, the thrill factor department, Dinosaur is way better. Dinosaur gets my adrenaline pumping more. Dinosaur is a way scarier attraction. I do think that there's things that Dinosaur does better than Indy. Like, I think Indy's second half kind of falls off, whereas Dinosaur's, like, basically everything after the snake room in Indy is kind of lame, I think. Everything in between the snake room and the boulder. Monkey, can you attest to that?
I hear you.
Yeah, like everything from the snake. Whereas with Dinosaur, everything from that room until the final room is like, holy shit, it's really wrapping up. So yeah, that's the one thing. Dinosaur has a better finale, I think. But Indiana Jones is just a way better attraction, just virtually almost single-handedly because of the queue. I mean, the queue is just, it's kind of bad. I mean, I like the museum at Dinosaur, but like the queue at Indiana Jones is just so much better. Having said that, the Carnotaurus is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
It's gonna sound silly, but I like the dino and the in the fountain. I thought it was like kind of a nice design there.
Yeah.
I just don't like the freaking movie that Dinosaur is based off of.
Of course.
Okay, so then we did Chester and Hester's. We had to get a ride on freaking Primeval World.
Yeah.
And it was awful. It was just so bad. like my grandma and I were just kind of making fun of it the whole time.
I gotta tell you, that is a bad rendering of that fountain I was just talking about. Just looking at it.
Okay, you know what though? This is the most charming thing you're gonna see in Chester and Hester's, buddy. Seriously, what the hell were they thinking with Chester and Hester's? Being there is as surreal.
What is it? It's weirder. Like that's mostly like Dinoland is mostly Chester and Hester's, whereas the actual, thrilling dinosaur, awesome, cool dinosaur ride is hidden away in a corner behind some foliage.
I need to do a redo of Dinoland because I feel like the actual parts of Dinoland that, like the Boneyard, I didn't go into, but the Boneyard looks really well done. The playground, like it looks really well done, and it's kind of apart from Chester and Hester's. So
yeah,
I feel like they just need to rip out Chester and Hester. All right. Anyways, so now let's get to. Hold on. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around with this a little bit.
Right, it looked like there was a mountain to conquer.
Yes, indeed. Let's get to this beauty. Okay, the problem with this is that I've just watched way too many POVs of this thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yep, I'm on Everest. Here comes the backwards part. Here comes the big drop. But having said that, I love the queue.
Why?
It's just super detailed, and
it's beautiful.
Yeah. And Everest in general is just kind of a miracle of an Imagineering attraction because It's not based on any IP. It's huge. It's
At the end of the Eisner era.
at the end of the Eisner era. Exactly.
He ended on a mountain.
Not in Tokyo.
Not in Tokyo, right? Someone's been
Voting
watching
jerk.
some with the camera.
Me watch some jerk with a camera? Unheard of.
Get out.
Anyways, I mean, well, to be more specific, someone's been watching the same videos I have. But
I just know that bit more or something.
right. But yeah, Everest though, the one problem I have with Everest is it's kind of in a corner of the park and it's pretty damn remote.
Yeah, was it? I'm flashing back to that bridge, like that iron bridge with the lampposts or whatever, kind of.
Like, you can see it through all over the park, but it's literally like a trek to get to it. I guess that's appropriate with the adventure element of the ride.
Yeah.
I did it twice, and I didn't really feel compelled to do it anymore. Like, we could have marathoned it if we wanted to. Because, again, everyone was in Pandora. Like, the wait... this is... I feel like this is a tip I really want to give people, by the way. Don't do rope drop for Pandora. Instead, you'll save so much time being able to do literally whatever you want in the rest of the park.
Indeed. That's an idea.
Because plan
Like,
on
we'll
waiting
see.
2 hours for Flight of Passage anyways. You're going to end up waiting 2 hours for Flight of Passage anyways.
Yeah.
No matter if you go at rope drop or whatever, you're going to either end up in a sea of people and waiting an hour. So just take all the extra time, soak in the park when it's empty, get those re-rides in on Dinosaur and Everest. You're not going to be able to get re-rides in on the Safari. The Safari still took me a good half hour to board, but...
Indeed, like, I don't know, maybe I'll hit up Safari first, and if that's a good time for animal activity.
That's an idea. Yeah, that's an idea.
And, like, make my way around, so it's like, I'm not, like, subjecting myself to, bucking and pitching Dinosaur in the morning.
Right. Or the spinny thing, and the other spinny thing that jostles you around a whole lot. Right. Oh,
yeah.
God. Anyways.
So, and of course, you got to see the infamous dancer himself.
Yes. I got to see the John Travolta of Disney World, the Disco Yeti.
Oy.
Great, now I'm picturing the Yeti dressed as Edna Turnblad.
Oh, man. They really just need to embrace that. They need to just, like, put a bunch of, like, disco strobe lights in there.
Like, give it a white tux.
God.
And the plastic bubble, just for good measure.
God. Oh, man. Expedition Xanadu. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, the home of Charles Foster Kane, so you get to have an animatronic Orson Welles dying as he says
I am so down for that ride if they did that. Oh my god.
Okay, when I said Xanadu, I meant the
I know!
I like his version better, I gotta tell you.
Okay, to be fair, Xanadu would make an amazing exterior, just like Gatsby's mansion would make an amazing exterior.
There's a pitch right there, like what kind of literary or film, like very.
Oh, that's been done on So You Want to
Great Gatsby ride! You get shot in the head in a pool.
Yeah.
You get shot in a pool.
Okay, there's a lot more to a Great Gatsby ride than that.
Tiki,
yeah, you have to be in the. Yeah, I mean car crashes, of course.
That's an Electra-approved ride, Tiki, and one where you get shot in the head in the water.
Oh man. Anyway.
Literally splishy splash in the blood. Okay.
Okay, so
splash. Zippity doo dah.
So I'm sorry, what is this ride? Cali River Rapids? Yeah, Cali River.
Bingo.
This was a surprise. This was another kind of dark horse for us. I honestly kind of wish we would have ridden it a second time. We just didn't want to get that wet.
Yeah, this is a wet one.
There.
I was really surprised by how well themed this thing is all the way through. Again, I think I prefer it to Grizzly River Run, honestly.
I don't know if I'd agree, but
I know I prefer it to Grizzly because Grizzly doesn't really have any set pieces.
Fair enough.
Like this has a set piece with the bridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it was surprising. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah. This is so stupid, but I remember like after some Disney World trip, like watching some episode of Billy and Mandy that had Grimm's Aunt Collie, and I would think like, oh, like the River Rapids at Disney World.
Okay, no, that's not even the worst of it. That's not the worst of it. So, Dragon, you know Stranger Things?
Yes, Tiki, I know Stranger Things.
So you know the terrible character from episode 7 of season 2 that everyone hates?
Oh no.
Collie.
Yeah.
Stranger things are happening to me.
Different strange.
Okay, so really quick, the Maharaja.
Someone seriously needs to make that video, though. I'm sorry, Tiki, go on.
The Maharaja Jungle Track. I like these animal exhibits. It's just the thing is, it's physically exhausting, and I don't like to stand. And my grandma was kind of lingering at them, and that kind of made me be like, "Oh God, I just want to sit in the corner." Monkey, you've been with me at theme parks. You know how I get like that.
Yeah.
So
the boy needs a rascal. Stat.
Okay, let's skip ahead to Kilimanjaro Safaris.
I'm guessing you didn't see the tiger cubs if they're out.
No, we saw the tiger cubs.
Aww. Cubs. It's a safari. With real animals mere feet from you.
Yippee.
Okay, so Kilimanjaro Safaris was really impressive. I love how open it felt.
Isn't it like, doesn't it take up more space than Magic Kingdom?
Yes, it does. It legitimately feels like you're going on an adventure. You know what I mean? That's what I really like about it.
Mm-hmm. Did they still have the poacher story?
No, not at all. I was kind of curious about that.
What do you think it is? Wild Thornberrys, the movie? Get your head out of the clouds, monkey.
Oh, now I want to do this with Nigel Thornberry as your tour guide.
The one complaint
We see a lovely giraffe peeking over a tree to be in your photo. Smashing.
Okay, I Kilimanjaro, like, for ride vehicles that are that big, this attraction sure loads slowly. I don't get it. Like, I'm so used to the ride vehicles on the Universal Tram Tour and that just constantly loading.
Wow. Dang. Take that, Disney.
No, I mean, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Like a whole bus, you know what I mean? And this
it's like 4 cars.
Right. I get that, but still, I would think that Disney would have more physical vehicles on the.
Well, I'm sure. Well, you know, the line probably moves so slow because they have to wait for Nigel to wrap up whatever he's doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Safaris is also something that, unless you're doing it like in the morning and in the evening, it's definitely not something I'd be aiming to do more than once per trip.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does take up a lot of time. It's kind of like the tram tour in that way at Universal.
Yeah. Not as long as the studio tour, but still.
I mean, it verges there, honestly.
This is like 20-something minutes, right? Or so? 15?
Our tour was like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, it felt like ours went on a long time.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, Universal's is longer, but at the same time, I feel like Universal's is better, too. Like, there's just more stuff to do at Universal's. But, I mean, it's like, it's apples and oranges, obviously. Your live animals versus, like, movie history, so...
Live animals versus screens.
Yeah.
Screens animals.
Speaking of screens, Monkey, that's a good transition. I think this is your cue to dodge out to avoid some spoilers.
All right. Message me when you are done. For so long, farewell, Avitas, and goodbye. Look down, you're here until you die.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Seriously, get out of here, because I need to show it. Oh, is he just not looking at the screen? Monkey.
Okay. Thanks for the fish. Goodbye. All right. Well, it's just.
If I spoil it, it's at his own discretion.
All right.
Hold on, I'm just trying to find the. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so it's the big event, folks. It's the big thing that Tiki was very eager to see in Animal Kingdom. What is that big thing, Tiki?
Flight of Passage, and this is the thing that everyone visiting Disney World is eager to see.
My grandmother, if we ever go to Florida again, this is the thing she's got to go see. She's the huge Avatar fan. Again, whether we always get into that kind of private, like almost contest, like Star Wars is going to be an Avatar at the box office this year. You just wait and see. It's unfortunately Avatar still is at the top of his perch. But hey, Infinity War, fingers crossed. The point is, Avatar Land still, it's a biggie and it's a big bucket list thing for us. So what do you got, Tiki? Tell us about it.
I'll start with a big disappointment. River Journey was broken down the whole day.
Well, I haven't heard the most impressive things about that anywho, but
I haven't either, but I really wanted to see that animatronic in person.
Okay.
Whatever. It wasn't like anything. I mean, if Dragon, I got to tell you, the whole time I was waiting in line for Flight of Passage, because it's such a technologically advanced ride, I was like, please don't break down. For the love of God, please don't break down.
I'll tell you, just Tiki's excitement for this, I got to tell you, a lot of it's based on my intrigue of, Kevin Smith gave this thing a glowing review. Gave like one of the best reviews I've ever heard for a ride ever in his Flight of Passage kind of build up.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Smith, just props, man. Great to see that he's doing well and everything. Just want to
absolutely thank goodness. I mean, one of the kindest, nicest humans.
Dragon, do you want to explain the running joke of terrible things happening when I leave?
Sure, briefly, folks. You see, Tiki, he has a very horrific track record. Every time he leaves, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a horseshoe, like good luck thing. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, every time Tiki leaves to go on a trip, Disneyland or otherwise, but it usually leaves for an extended period of time. So be wary of this. If there's like a giant leap that is prefaced by like a Disney trip or like a trip to like an extended trip to a theme park or a variety of theme parks, usually the world will go to heck when that happens, and people died, and some people almost died, and that's kind of what those were the stakes that we have with Tiki this time. Past experiences, like you had the California fires, you had all the horrible stuff going on in Hollywood. That happened the last trip I guess the tail end of last year, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this year, this one was.
Keep in mind, the Weinstein scandal broke out.
Well, that's what the Hollywood thing was. That was
yeah, right.
But honestly, again, this honestly was the most lethal of any trip that Tiki's taken because again, people beloved figures had passed away, and of course, Kevin Smith. Again, the day he left is when Kevin Smith, he had a close call, and it was like that. I was dumbfounded, like, oh my god! Every time Tiki leaves, and this happens, and oh my god, he almost. I was very worried for Kevin Smith, and I was so relieved that he was okay. And I'm just so glad he's still around. He's podcasting again, folks. He came back to a few fat men on Batman. He's back in working order, and he's on the mend. So, but he's made me a little bit more of a hypochondriac since this event. But I'm very glad he's okay.
Okay. So Flight of Passage. The queue is wonderful, and honestly, walking up to the queue, it said 130 minutes, which honestly doesn't really sound that bad. A little over 2 hours. We ended up getting on from the time that we entered the queue to the time we were off the ride was about 2 hours, maybe even a little less than that. So honestly, the wait time was a little off, and we ended up getting on, I want to say, in about 100 minutes.
All right.
Roughly, something like that. So walking up to it, of course, you have the big exterior with the floating mountains and everything, and you're kind of walking up into the mountains.
Yeah.
That's awe-striking, of course, all the trails and everything. I kind of wish I would have, like, in spite of, being kind of super pumped, that's like, yeah, I'm not waiting in line at this part. Awesome. It's still sort of like, yeah, I wish I could have taken some pictures here, because I don't have any pictures of Avatar Land besides this one, unfortunately.
There's one thing in the queue I'm dying to know about.
Yes?
The Sigourney of it all, Tiki. The Sigourney of it all.
She pops up.
Yeah. I love that whole setup, like the scanning and everything, and you have the comfort of Sigourney Weaver, who again now has kind of been built into the sci-fi all over the place. Where she's in Wall-E, she's been the voice of the Axiom, she's been the disembodied voice of Finding Dory. She's all over the place now. I just love it whenever Sigourney Weaver pops up, let alone to a franchise that she has an important role in the first one.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So the experience, Tiki tells so after the really well designed queue. You get in there. How does it work, T? What's the premise of the ride? What's it like getting on it?
So the premise of the ride is that you're being linked up to an avatar to go on a ritualistic flight with a banshee creature, basically a flying dragon. And yeah, basically, Dragon, it kind of shocked me how intimate it is. You've done Mission Space, right? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, you've not been to Epcot. My bad. It's about as intimate as Mission Space, Dragon, where there's just kind of these rows of seats that you just kind of have to straddle. I mean, so you put your legs around it, and then your feet get locked into place.
Oh yeah.
And then as the ride goes on, the best way I can describe it is, those arcade games where it's like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's like that, except super advanced.
Oh.
So it's like, it feels kind of like that, but instead of like tilting up, tilting down, tilting forward, it's like you're tilting like 360 directions. You're flying all over the screen. And that's the crazy thing, is that you're staying relatively in place in the simulator portion, but the movement is so authentic and so real. It definitely encapsulates just a woohoo, you want to scream in joy as you're going on it. And I only did it once, but Dragon, my God, I mean, it feels so real when you're in it. It really does feel like you're flying. It's like the Superman the movie. You will believe a theme park attraction can make you fly. It's incredible. I mean, it lives up to the hype. It really does. And it's worth a 2-hour line.
Would you say like one of the best simulator rides ever?
I would say the best simulator ride ever.
Ah, there you go. So I mean, you sound very aware of your movement, but you were transported in the ride. It did sell you like
absolutely via the smell. The screen is huge. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not in my top 5 Disney attractions of all time. I'll say that much, just because I am very much a physical effects kind of guy. I'm very much like physical sets and animatronics and whatnot. But it is in my top 10 Disney attractions. I'd say it's kind of comfortably right outside my top 5. Like,
would you say
in my 6 or 7? I want to say
better than the Harry Potter ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I guess, do we have anything in Africa for Animal Kingdom left?
No, but you know what I forgot to talk about that I need to get Monkey back in here for is the frickin' Tiki room.
And I just want to clarify, we are going to revisit Tomorrowland down the line, right?
Down the line, yes.
Good. I just want to the whole park hopping thing has me a little off, because I keep thinking like it's like one park a day, because that's what my mentality usually would be. Yeah, I got you.
And this is the food I ate at Animal Kingdom, so I'll just put that up there for when Monkey.
That's kind of a trippy experience when you think about it. Imagine this: you have all those animals staring at you as you're eating.
Well, there's no animals like in the direct vicinity.
I was gonna imagine if they did that. That's smartly they did not do that. But imagine if they did that. You gotta imagine maybe in the beginning it's like, hey, we put the food closer to the animals, and there's like those big eyes, like, why?
Okay, so these are the best hash browns I've ever had.
You can play baseball, you can play tennis, you can even play football, but you can't play dance.
You're goddamn
right. Talking about?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Anyway.
Okay, Monkey, just to give my non-spoiler thoughts on Flight of Passage, best simulator ride I've ever been on, comfortably right outside of my top 5 Disney attractions, easily worth a 2-hour wait.
I remember you saying like it wasn't worth going back for a second time though, so like not in a rush to do it a second time, but but otherwise still positive.
2-hour queue. I mean, look, if it was a 45-minute queue,
okay, okay.
To put it simply, in the quote Tiki, you will believe a theme park can make you fly.
Yeah, you will believe a theme park attraction can make you
My
fly.
boys say it feels like you're really flying.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
This isn't flying. This is falling with tremendous style.
Very true. All right, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right.
Just for Monkey's sake.
All right. Okay,
So,
hash browns. Awesome.
Best hash browns I've ever had. Yeah. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Anyways.
Browns.
Okay, so then we went to Festival of the Lion King.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it dragged on a little bit too long.
I gotta tell you, this is like for me, out of all the stuff in the Animal Kingdom, this is the one that always stuck out to me because honestly, it was kind of what the Broadway, what the Broadway show did. That I always kind of like. Again, it was bear in mind, it's not to the same level what the Broadway show does and kind of the experience of that. But as a kid, just my mentality was that this is being informed of that. It's like it doesn't really compare to just kind of like how great is to kind of see Lion King but done with puppets. Just based on all the Muppet love I had. Like this is so
here the characters look like they did in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. That was the cool thing. That was I kind of always put that over the Broadway thing for me.
Yeah, it's not people with wooden heads and such.
I still need to see the Broadway show so badly. You have no idea.
I just love the verisimilitude, and that's always stuck with me as a kid. It's like, oh my god, it's so cool seeing like fully real.
Freckles, I'm going to be one very, very happy Tiki.
Yeah. I don't know if it would go there, but...
Oh, I know, because of the scope of it, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if you're ever here when it's down here, whenever that happens...
Oh, dude, I would make a trip out of that in a heartbeat. As of now, I think The Lion King, just for the Tamor factor, is the thing I want to see.
Yeah, you can see the hyena dance party.
Anyways.
All right.
Okay, so, so Festival of the Lion King, honestly, I didn't enjoy the seating arrangement. Monkey, you know this, like, it's similar
I barely remember what it was like in there.
Well, it's similar to Mystery Lodge, where you don't have any place to rest your back, and that's...
Okay. Okay.
That's
this isn't even their original theater. You think they could have maybe added something.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah. So that was just, I know that's not fair to the show itself. And like I said, I kind of feel like the show dragged on a little bit and it didn't really have a flow to it where it was just like, all right, it's this song and it's this song. Now we're going to do the villain song.
Can you just answer one thing for me? Because I gotta know, because again, it's been ages since I've only did Animal Kingdom once in my life.
All right.
I gotta know. Do they do the Elton John song, the Lions, the one I hate?
Oh of course they do that one.
It all can't all be gravy, darn it.
What, Lion Sleeps Tonight?
Yeah, the Lion Sleeps Tonight. They did that.
That's not Elton John.
But what? Oh, right.
It's Tim Rice.
You mean Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Yeah, sorry, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
that's in there.
I'm crazy with that one. Okay,
and this one still has aerial acts during that song, if I'm right. They aren't naked vine people, but it's aerial acts, bitch.
It does have aerial acts. You're right, Monkey.
And I guess it's the studios also has a show with aerial acts, thanks to Little Mermaid, but.
Yep.
Okay, don't forget to tell them about the room, Tiki.
Yes. Okay, so, Monkey, I realized that we skipped over something very important from when I was at Magic Kingdom.
So that was, I thought, do you mean something I'm thinking of, but I thought that was on another day. Huh.
What do you think it is?
Our Lord and Savior?
The Tiki Room?
No, I'm thinking of something else.
Lord and Savior. Pirates?
Wait, did you do Tiki Room? Is that what you were referring to?
Yes, that's what I'm alluding to, yes.
Yes, I was thinking of something else.
Okay.
Okay, so Dragon, is it better?
Yeah, you didn't even tell us about this.
Okay, I'm feeling that it's going to be...
Oh, God.
Better?
Kind of scared to know.
Monkey, what do you think?
God, like, part of me wants to say no.
Monkey, I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna fake you out Julie Chen style, because you're right.
I knew he was going to be right the minute.
What, the minute I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You know my fake outs too well, Dragon. Okay, so the Tiki Room is fucking butchered in Disney World. It's really kind of a travesty. Like, I can see why people don't like it, honestly. Disneyland, it's a treasure. Location, location, location when it comes to Disneyland. It's right at the front of Adventureland. It's right as you get off of Main Street. You know, it draws you in with the pineapple Dole Whips and everything like that. Of course, the frickin' Dole Whips have to be around the corner in Magic Kingdom, and you can't take them into the theater. That right there is a mark off. The pre-show at Disneyland is far better. Just far better. I love all the gods and goddesses and the Hawaiian culture and everything at Disneyland. Whereas, what is the Tiki Room pre-show at Disney World? Just the weird comedy routine? What are we doing here? Like, really? Like, is it like an Odd Couple parody? Like, what is this?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the current pre-show, but I remember the Under New Management pre-show.
At least the same characters that were in the Under New Management pre-show.
Kind of.
Same animatronics, at least, I would think.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then I really don't like how you... Like, the theater itself looks impressive from the outside, but I really don't like how you just enter weirdly from the side. Like, Tiki Room, at Disneyland, there's a grandeur to it. You know, the gong goes off, and the front doors open, and you go up the porch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is just kind of like, all right, let's just kind of move to the side, and then the theater doors are going to open. Fucking don't step over the yellow line. And then the room itself. The window effects, I will admit, are better. The window effects are really cool in the Disney World version, but that's literally it. Like, why could they not build a fountain?
Maybe it used to be there, but they didn't want to add new stuff when switching it back to the original show?
I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying, at Disneyland, at Disney World, you have the luxury of space, so why do they have to cheapen out with that?
Yeah, because, like, that used to have an animatronic there for Under New Management.
And they just cut out random sections. Like, they cut out the portion where they have the guests sing along and let's all sing like the birdies sing.
Right.
Which, Monkey, you know I love that part.
Yeah.
So what gives?
So, I don't know. Getting guests through faster, more guests per period of time?
I guess. I didn't approve of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's kind of what happened with Country Bears too, of course.
With Country Bears, I could feel it, and obviously with Tiki Room, since I'm so intimately familiar with that show, I really feel it. And guys, I feel like this is a good point to break.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah?
Because Thursday is going to be an epic day. Because Thursday is going to be Hollywood Studios plus Magic Kingdom After Hours.
That is going to be an epic day.
Yeah. So it's going to be the last Disney theme park that I visit, plus Hollywood Studio, plus Magic Kingdom After Hours. So, and also I just feel like if we were to do it tonight, if we were to do Thursday tonight, A, we'd probably run the risk of going long. And B, there wouldn't be a lot to talk about afterwards. Like, we have Blizzard Beach and we have Universal, but really that's about it. We have my last Epcot day. But I really feel like Thursday was the best day of the whole trip. I'll say that much right now. Thursday was the best day of the trip. So what do you think, Dragon?
Well, I mean, not crazy about that option, but I mean, Thursday sounds enticing.
All right. Now, Dragon, I want to know who this person that you see in the photos is.
All right, let me see. Keep going. It's the one with the Back to the Future. Oh wait, you just passed it. Okay, go down a little. Okay, right there we go. To the very.
I have to save that one.
To the right.
I have to save that.
That's the one. Well, that's just for people to know. That's the mystery image.
Okay, that's the mystery image.
That's the one. That's the one that I want to know the story to. But we'll get there.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay. I will say, just to tease it out, Dragon, that was the best dining that I did the whole trip.
All right.
So yeah. All right, folks. Dragon, do you want to end things out with some last words?
Okay. Well, folks, I think we learned a little something here today, and what we learned is that Orlando was filled with blissful beauty at every twist and turn you can find down by the orange groves. And I think as we continue, you're going to be more and more sucked into the adventure. Not just an adventure, but an Odyssey. Tiki's Orlando Odyssey.
Forget you ever saw that, kid. Just forget you ever saw that.